Hi, everyone. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Anxo Ocampo. I'll introduce myself in a sec. I'm going to talk to you about Kit. Kit is a Keytree in-store technology. It's a client selling, assistant selling, and digital store ops product that we have, and how we did a digital transformation for the brand ambassadors and puts with SAP, the business technology platform, and SAP Analytics Cloud for Push. This is a case study that has been shortlisted as a finalist last year on the SAP Innovation Awards, and I'll talk to you through it in a sec. As this is a community event, and to be honest with all of you, I'm not quite active on the community, so I thought probably worth it to tell you who I am, where I come from, and why I'm here today. So basically, I'm director at Deloitte since 2020. So 2 years ago, I joined Deloitte. My main role there is as a SAP Plus business unit lead. I talk to you in a sec about what that means, and also I'm the SAP on Cloud lead for Deloitte Spain. I have a very technical background. Yesterday I was introducing myself, and probably worth it also to tell you how my mind works, and what is my previous experience. So I'm, as I said, I have technical background, computer technical engineer. I started my career almost 20 years ago, and at that time I was able to draw with a pen and a paper, a person with a circle and just few lines. So that's all what I could do. And then I moved into the digital marketing and online marketing, which everything was pretty cool. And luckily for our clients, we had quite a good visual designers on the team. So I just focused on programming it and coding it and making it work fairly cool. And then I moved to SAP consultancy 10 years ago in Keytree, a British consultancy company specialized on SAP with a special focus on innovation, on user experience, on method. And I thought, well, maybe moving from digital marketing to SAP it's again not going to be so cool. But what I found there is that quite a very cool things can be done on SAP and on top of SAP, and that's what we are experts on Keytree, and now on Keytree at Deloitte Business. That is the business unit I'm leading. So, yeah, as I mentioned, 2 years ago, the Deloitte and Keytree decided to merge their strengths, and we built Keytree at Deloitte Business. So we were almost 500 people at Keytree, 400,000 employees at Deloitte, and I think that we brought new things to a big four as Deloitte is. So we brought quality. We've been awarded several times in international awards around cloud, around user experience, about quality. So we have awards on the SAP Innovation Awards, SAP Pinnacle Awards as BTP Partner of the Year, et cetera, for some of our clients. We brought innovation, we brought agile delivery method and tools that I think it's key for any product and for all of our clients. And what I was telling you before is that what I'm leading in Spain is SAP Plus. So what SAP Plus means, so basically we have a very strong team on any SAP technologies in all the areas that SAP can cover, and on top of that we put different things. So we have, as I said before, user experience is key for us, and I think it's key for our clients. So we disruptive user experience and user interfaces are need. Innovation, IoT, et cetera. That's what SAP Plus means for us. So. Again, I'm not very active on the community, and I just also want to thank you to the organizers. I think it's a great event. I'm quite surprised about how they've been designed and how the networking we can build here. So I was not sure about which case study we could bring here because we are a cloud native company. So since HCP, I think it was the first cloud of platform of name of the platform on SAP, born in 2012. We built an e-commerce for Jaguar Land Rover, and we were evolving with the cloud, and the cloud was evolving with us. So we have tons of products around SAP Cloud, but as I said, we do business transformation with cutting-edge solutions. I thought to bring IoT case studies like Protect, which is a product where we build a sensor that we put inside the mouthwash of the rugby players, and we can find and know in real time the risk of mental illnesses and concussion that the players can have, disruptive user experience, as you can see there for some of our clients, and machine learning that we will talk in a sec. But we thought that the perfect client for being here in Barcelona was to talk about Puig and the case study and the client. So I don't know how many of you know about Puig. Probably local people will know about them. But if you don't, I'll run a 1-minute video about what Puig is and why we are so proud of having them as a client, because they are a pretty cool client for us. So. Probably if you didn't know Puig, you know most of their brands. And as I said, we are delighted to have them as a client. Bear with me. So what was the challenge we had when we arrived and talked the first time with Puig? So Puig has around 1,500 people working for them in the stores. So I'm going to talk about brand ambassador. So a brand ambassador is an employee from Puig that is working on their stores, and could be online and offline now after all the COVID stuff. So they needed to have a single tool where they can manage their targets, their goals, and also where that tool needs to fulfill all the objectives and be synchronized with objectives of the firm, of the brand, and they work in many different retail environments around the world. And the omni-channel needed, it was a must to change it. The experience in a store and the experience outside the store, the online and offline, needed to be rethought. And also with capturing more data from the clients, from the customers, so we can put and improve the data value that they have. So before the video runs, we thought about different solutions, but we had Kit at that time. So Kit is a product that we built some years ago with a global luxury fashion brand. We built it fairly close to SAP, fairly close to Apple as well, because it was originally developed in an iOS native application. And we decided that Kit could fulfill all the needs that Puig had at that time. So last video, 1:20 video, I think it's of Kit, and I'll keep talking after. that was all the marketing part of the presentation. So why KID? What's the final goal of KID? So we want to know better our customers. So it has that clienteling part where we want to have, and we can have, a 360 view of our customers. We have the assisted selling where you can have all the products that you have in your catalog. You can have all the products that are on your nearby stores, so you don't need to focus only where you are. You can merge the online and the offline, and with the digital store ops to help our employees, so our brand ambassadors in this case, to manage their daily basis tasks, to manage their appointments, to follow their sales goals and targets and KPIs. And with KID, what we have built for Puig is what they call the brand ambassadors app. So they could receive the customers, they could do a sales with the customers within the app and do all the process end-to-end, pre-sales, sales, and post-sales, after sales within the customer through the application itself. Yeah. So what KID brings to our clients? So first of all, it's improved customer CRM enrollment. So basically, we can get more customers into the CRM, we can know more about them, and therefore, when we have more information about our clients, we can then upsell and cross-sell more, and we can improve our sales associate or brand ambassadors efficiency as well, and the customer engagement gets improved. Why? Because we don't need to leave the client alone. We can keep talking with them since the first minute after the sales, and we can keep communicating with them through the different modules that we have. And we don't, if we are in a store and we need to request an item, we can request that item to the back of house, and you don't need to leave the client alone at all. Okay, why we think that this could be identified as a SAP Business and Technology Platform success story. So when we arrived to Puig, they were already a mature client in terms of using the cloud, the SAP cloud. So they were already using SAP Neo. They have AP management with different APIs developed there. They had a HANA 1.0 there. So it was easier than in other clients to arrive there and to try to make this work, and I talk about this in a bit more of detail. And then we have KID. KID, it's divided in two big pieces. So we have the mobile application, which is KID. Originally, it was an iOS native application, and that can be now deployed and in any different mobile store. And it allows you to have some different modules, out-of-the-box modules that we have, but it allows you to set it up and to customize these modules and create new modules for our customers. And we have then KIM. KIM is the KID integration module, so it's a framework based on open source standards around SAP with OData, Apache, Lingo, and so on. And it's been deployed as a middleware for all the KID implementations. So we arrived there. Puig has SAP Neo. They wanted to move to Cloud Foundry, but it was not something that they were going to do in a sec. So we decided to build this on top of SAP Cloud Foundry and using the extension suite to deploy our KIM. So the middleware was deployed into Cloud Foundry for using the existence and integrating with the existence APIs, but also to build new APIs there. SAP HANA was the database chosen for storing all the data and modeling the solution, and SAP Analytics Cloud to bring the data value that I was referring to before. And just a quick mention about the method. So we had something at Keytree called KDM, which was a Keytree delivery method. We think that the method it's as important as the technology, as innovation, and so on. So we really trust in the method and the tools, and we think that without it, quite a lot of projects won't be a success. And just wanted to highlight that because it's quite important to us. So I'll start with the last picture, the last snapshot you will see in a sec of the architecture and how we build it. Just to summarize what we achieve at the end, but I'll then go step by step how we arrived into here. So as I mentioned before, we have Kit, a mobile application with different modules. We have clients where you can have all the information of your client, what sales that client has done. You can group them, you can know them, you can communicate with them. You have the catalog, as I said earlier. You have all your catalog on your store, nearby stores. You can have the sellouts module, counter checklist, stock check, my day, my performance, that for the brand ambassadors, how they manage their tasks, their appointments, how they see their KPIs evolving and progressing day by day with the real-time sales. The store, in the store you can have all the information about your stores. You can have training documentation, training material. You can change your store, and as you change the store, all the information changes within the application. On your profile, you can change your language. As I think you saw in the video, Kit has been translated to more than 12 languages at the moment. It's been deployed in more than 65 countries around the world. And the login that we will talk in a sec about how we do all the single sign-on integration and so on. Here you have also the three parts that they are not cross, but they are cross. So the core UI and branding. So all the implementations we do for Kit can be obviously branded for our clients, the core data, and the analytical core as well. And then we deploy Kim in any of the architectures that we have. I always describe Kit as an integrator. So we don't need to rebuild processes. We don't need to rebuild the wheel because that's already on our customers' systems. So we put Kit in the middle of all these systems. We could say that Kit is system agnostic. So it can be integrated with a SAP CRM, with Salesforce and any other CRM system, with communications tools and packages and partners, etc., etc. But the truth is that even being system agnostic, we are an SAP-focused company. So it talks perfectly with SAP. It was part of the CX architecture on SAP. So we work quite closely to them and to Apple, as I said. If you see the usage interfaces that we have on Kit, it will remind you, or you can feel the similarities with Fiori. And as I said, on the middleware as well, it's quite close to what we have now on CAP. When we built Kim, the integration module, CAP didn't exist, so the cloud application programming. But some of the things we did on Kim are now part of the CAP of the cloud application programming. So let's go step by step how we did the implementation of Kit on Push. So. Talking about Agile, talking about how we do things. So we arrived there, and we decided to start with an MVP. That MVP didn't include all the modules that Kit can have. So we started with clients, catalog, sellout, store, profile, and login. And with different integrations with the SAP Customer Data Cloud, with the ECC, and the Microsoft ADFS. So the Customer Data Cloud, creating, updating, searching, the customers, the ECC brought us all the products information, the pricing, the hierarchies, etc., and the Microsoft ADFS for the single sign-on. Yeah, if we move on, sorry, one back. So then that MVP was successfully, and we decided to integrate more modules. So we brought counter checklist, stock check, my day, and man performance. So if we wanted our brand ambassadors to follow their performance, their tasks, their goals, their sales, progress, etc., we definitely need something to set up those targets. So for our workforce, Puts needed something else that it was called the target platform. So the target platform has been built as well on BTP. It is a web application where puts employees, managers, regional managers, etc., can set up different targets for their workforce by individuals, by teams, by regions, etc., and that information gets stored and gets spread into the kit, into the application for the brand ambassador to follow that, but as well as in an analytical component that at that time we decided to make it through SAP Analytics Cloud. And on SAP Analytics Cloud, we will have some dashboards about the KPIs, about the sell-outs, about the targets for all our team. So how we build this? So we had the different integrations, as I mentioned before, with Neo, the AP management, for the analytical views, and that we wanted to be consumed by both sides, by the Kit and Kim side, but also by the SAP Analytics Cloud. So we build calculation views. And the good part of this, and thanks to BTP, is that when we build those analytical views, that help us in, I would say, two ways. So we could be working in those analytical views in parallel to the deployment, to the implementation itself. So we can be developing and deploying different modules, but at the same time we were able to work with analytical views and without impacting each other, and also having an analytical views or the calculation views, sharing this information to Kit, Kim, and Zach. We had one single source of truth in terms of the business logic, and that reduced massively all the regression testing time, for example, and that helped quite a lot. One comment about the MVP that I forgot to mention. So when we arrive to a client like Puts, that they are mature in the cloud, it is a matter of few weeks to deploy and to implement a Kit implementation, because it is not always plug and play, as most of you know, but it is much easier when the client is mature in the cloud. So we evolved to this first wave, and then we moved to, well, quick line, sorry. Yeah, about Kim I mentioned before. So Kit is it's integration layer, middleware, with out-of-the-box integration modules already set up. It performs complex orchestrations. It can be deployed in a wide range of architectures, and it's the middleware that we usually propose to be a solution for our customers within Kit. It's true that Kit could connect directly, let's say, to an SAP CRM system, but we recommend in most of the cases to use Kim on that. This is not working well. Okay. So I mentioned before. So liquid base has been it's been used to consume, and it's been used by Kit, by the target platform, and the employee platform, and Kim. And on top of the HDAI container, we build all the calculation views. This is how the target platform looks like. So it's a web application. In this case, it has been built with React.js and Java and deployed into BTP. And these are some of the dashboards and KPIs process followed by on the SAP Analytics Cloud side. Then this is the last picture of the architecture. So we had all the modules working together. We have the Kit integration module. We have the target platform, and then Puts started to roll out Kit around the world, and that means that they needed to create new stores, they needed to create new users, they needed to assign the users to the stores, etc., etc. So to avoid to make that process complex, so we built another web application on top of BTP, which is the employee platform. That platform allows Puts to, as I said, create new stores and create new users, assign users to the stores, and everything was already synchronized within the Active Directory. The users were created there, everything was assigned there, and through a web application that makes it fairly much more easier than should be. Then something else appeared. It appeared the need of integrating WhatsApp into Kit. Usually we can work with third-party solutions. In this case, we work with a third-party partner, which is Twilio, and through Twilio we integrate WhatsApp on Kit, allowing the pre-default templates defined by Meta, but also allowing the users and the brand ambassadors to share and change text, but also images. So we built as well a system that protect to receive dangerous images, for example, dangerous media into the application itself. And I don't know if you realize as well, but the identity provider, so the IDP was Microsoft ADFS, and it has been changed to Azure AD in this phase. So originally with Microsoft ADFS, it was a bit challenging because the user had quite a lot of groups, so that was a bit of a challenge. But when we moved to the Azure AD, and we changed the IDP, so we needed to integrate with it again. And as how we build it with the role mapping, et cetera, and thanks again to BTP, it was a fairly easy process, so with minimal impact, and we could keep working without major disruptions. How we integrate SAP Analytics Cloud was it was similar. So we create an integration with a single sign-on. So we integrate SAP Analytics Cloud with Cloud Foundry with a single sign-on using the SAP HANA Analytics adapter, and everything was connected, everything was secure, and everything was logged in through their Active Directory. Yeah, so this is the employee platform. So this is where employees can create new stores and users and assign them to different stores. The brand ambassadors, they can follow their KPIs through the application itself. So if they go to My Day, they can see how much they have sold today, yesterday, the year to date. They can see how the KPIs are evolving, how far they are from their goals. And this been done on Kit. So what we achieved with this? So basically, we managed to get a consistent employee experience for all the brand ambassadors around the world, and the analytics dashboard bring quality in terms of data and in terms of quality reporting. We improved the client selling experience, and that improved as well the employee satisfaction while using Kit to properly do more sales. And also, we improved the customer insights and streamed the omnichannel experiences in many different brands that Puts has. We said earlier that we are quite focused on innovation as well. So just wanted to highlight that Kit has machine learning on it, and it was part of base of these applications that we developed for SAP. It's called Runway. So on the New York Fashion Week, we started the first year with some beacons in the different dresses that the models had on the catwalk. So when they were walking and running through the catwalk, the application itself could recognize it. But the second year, we changed it, and we removed the beacons, and we trained models through the machine learning models. And it was very challenging because Antonio was saying earlier that training models and machine learning usually takes a lot of time, and that's true. But the truth is as well that in the New York Fashion Weeks, the designers, in the very last minute, they were doing changes to their dresses. So the model cannot be trained if the model changes in the very last minute. So we managed to train our models in the last few minutes before they go to the catwalk. And then the mobile application that we built allow the users that were on the New York Fashion Week to recognize that model, to be able to like or to love that, and if there was any kind of e-commerce, to redirect you to that. And this technology is also implemented on Kit. So if you arrived into a Push store or any of our clients' store with a picture from Instagram, and it recognizes any of the products, you can go to the catalog, you can do the purchase, etc., etc. And this has also evolving to recognize sound as well as images and so on. And just to finish, because as I was saying, Kit is key product for retailers. We have big brands around the world in terms of luxury retail, in terms of fashion, etc. But it also works for other industries and sectors. We have a client in Spain as well that they sell services, and in this case, they sell funeral services. So when you need to improve the customer experience, it doesn't matter if you are in a luxury retail store or if you need to improve the customer experience in situations like in a funeral services store. And that's all. Any questions? Thank you very much, all.